Hi everyone, this is a video that's going to show you the basics of using Google Meets or Google Hangouts Meets. It's the same thing. And I just want to show you the two different ways that you can start those meetings. Probably what you'll be doing mostly is scheduling ahead of time. And this is the way you would do it. You would just go to your calendar and then the same way you make an appointment for anything. So I'm going to say, 1 o'clock. I'm going to make an appointment. I'm just going to call it meeting with, I don't know, staff, something like that. You can call it whatever you like. And then down here, there's a place where you can click on to add guests, and there's also a place where you can click on to add conferencing. And so what you want to do is click on conferencing right there. It's going to make it a Hangouts meet. All right, so that means it's going to be a video conference. You can see the little camera there. And then you're going to go up here to add guests, and that's where you would type in the email addresses of the people you want to join the conference. So in that case, it would be the email addresses of your students, and if you need them, I'm pretty sure that Priscilla has sent out a Google Doc to you that has all those addresses on there. So you would type them in. So for me, let's say that I want Karen to be there. So there she is. I'm going to add her, and then I'll add, let's say, Priscilla and Susan. All right, there we go. So those are the three people that I want to be in the conference. And once that's done, I'm going to click Save, okay? And it's going to say, would you like to send invitation emails to Google Calendar guests? Now, in your case, you're going to say yes every time because you want your students to know that you're about to have a conference. In my case, I'm going to say no because I'm not going to have this meeting and I don't want them to get an invitation. So there we are. And then if you want to join that meeting later on in the day, for me that's 1 o'clock. So I would click on that and I would click on Join Hangouts Meet. So that's one way to schedule and get into it, okay? The other way to do it, let's say that you're going to have more of a spontaneous meeting, you would go up here to your little waffle iron, click on that, and you're going to see Meet down there, okay? Now, when you do that, you're going to get this screen, and it'll say Join or Start a Meeting, but you'll also see that it'll have stacked up here all the meetings that you have scheduled, all right? So I could join this meeting right now, a meeting with staff, but I'm not going to because that's not a real meeting. But if you wanted to have a more spontaneous kind of a meeting, then you would click on Join to start a meeting, okay? And it's going to ask you for a nickname, and you could just say, new meeting or whatever you want to call it, okay? And then click Continue. And now you're going to be joining this meeting, okay? So when you get to this little box right here, that's not actually the meeting. That just tells you that the camera is starting up, and you get to decide if you're going to turn your microphone on or off, or if you're going to turn your camera on or off. If you're speaking and you see these little green bars down here pulsing, then that means your microphone is working, so of course that's a good thing. Now that you're all set, the meeting is up and running, it'll tell you who else has checked in, but since we're starting it from scratch, I'm the only one here. And if I click on Join Now, that's the real meeting, okay? That's the screen you get. Now, once you're there, if you want to invite people to this sort of spontaneous meeting, you can do that, okay? If you want to do it by sending an email, you would say copy joining info. But really what you can do is, once you copy the joining info, you could email it to them. But really what you want is to just click on this thing that says add people and enter name or email is here, okay? So once you do that, it's looking through my contacts right now. It's going to suggest some people for me to add. All right, so I can just click on these people. It will add them automatically. Okay, and then I would click on invite, and it would send an email to them right away, and they would get an invitation to join this. Okay, you could also just make it a call instead of a video conference. If you just want them to call in, you would just need to know their phone numbers, okay? But we're back here on the invite because that's, generally what you would be doing. And then you just type in their address and click on send invite, and they would get that. Now, I'm not going to do it because, as I said, this is not a real meeting. Now, once you're in here, there are a couple of things that you can do. Let's say that you had a document you wanted kids to look at, or you had something else that you wanted to show them, other than just talking to them and letting them show up on the screen as well. You could click on this Present Now button, okay? So I can say I want to just show a window or I want to do my whole screen. So if I'm going to share my whole screen, then I would click on that. And then I'm just going to click on my screen here. It says share your entire screen. And it's basically asking you for permission, right? Okay, so I'm going to click on that, and I'm now presenting to everyone who's watching, okay? So for instance, let's say I wanted to show my kids a little video. In the conference, I would present, and then this is what they would see, okay? And I could make it a whole screen. And then the kids who are in my conference won't be seeing faces, they'll be seeing what's on my screen. Okay, so that's how you can present your screen in a conference. If there's a document you want them to look at, like I said, or a picture or a movie, then you could do that.
Where the wild things are.
Okay. So then when I'm ready, I can just say stop sharing right down there. And it will go back to just the regular video conference right there. So once I click stop sharing, I have to click back in there to our meeting, okay, which is right up top there. This little thing tells you who's in the conference. Right now, it's just me. And then if you would like kids to be able to chat during the conference, the way you do that is go up here to where it says chat, okay, that little dialog box there. All right, and then kids can type in down here and everybody gets to see it, okay? And then when you're finished, so there are just a couple more things here. You can turn on captions if you want, and that way whatever's being said will show up at the bottom of the screen if that's something you'd like. I think it's more distracting than anything else, but it's an option for you if that's what you like to do, okay? Let's see, I'm going to turn that off. Over here, this is where you can either turn your camera on or off. Okay, turn off microphone, turn off camera. And there's the present now. We already went over that. These are just some little tools if you want to ask for help or tell them that you've got a problem with, with some of the other things. So let's see, report a problem, get help. Settings we already have really on the screen. That's really about your camera and your microphone. So those are all the features, and that's how to set it up. When you're ready for everything to be finished, then you're just going to click on the phone right there, and then you're done. Okay? So you can return to the home screen if you want, or you can just put this away by clicking up here. All right, so that's really the basics of how to set up a Google Hangouts Meet video conference. Thanks for watching.